FBI Director Kash Patel says he's uncovered new information that will leave the American people shocked. President Trump's tariffs were off, then back on as lawfare and corrupt judges seek to control the sitting president. Charlie Kirk says the Democrat Party is nearly destroyed, and Stephen A. Smith makes a confession I never expected to hear. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. It helps me so much, so thank you so much. Charlie Kirk was recently on the Jesse Waters show, where he eloquently described the implosion of the Democrat Party. This doesn't mean it's a done deal, but they are heading down a road I don't know they can come back from. Let's listen to this.
What the hell was that?
Well, she hasn't changed at all. I mean, at least she's getting onto the old Democrat tradition Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton embarked upon. Go speak in as many foreign countries as you can. I hope she's raking in the cash. I hope it's coming in. But look, all kidding aside, the Democrat Party right now in its current form is shattered into pieces. They have no leader. They have no message. They have no unity. And one of President Trump's longest lasting legacies will be how he has destroyed the Democrat Party and taken away the core constituencies of young people, of working class voters, and of blacks and Hispanics. You look at how President Trump has remade the political map. And now the Democrats are going to spend $20 million to find out how to communicate with young men. Pete Buttigieg right there. I mean, should we send him a MAGA hat? I think we can get him a signed MAGA hat there.
Send him one.
But
I don't think he's going to wear it, but send it to him anyway.
Oh, I will.
Sign it, Kirk.
I will do the legendary sign. I'll throw it to him like I do on campus. But the Democrats, they're trying to reach young men. The only men that are gravitating towards the Democrat Party are men who want to become women. The Democrat Party is so toxic to male culture, to masculinity, the hyper woke, the politically correct, the policing of pronouns. It is unpopular with the men of America. And I think the Democrats are going to stay in the wilderness for quite some time.
You know, you say Trump, his legacy could be based on how broken the Democratic Party is going forward. In a way, he didn't break it. In a way, he just kind of swallowed half of it up. He basically took the guys, right? He basically took the guys from the Democrat Party, said, guys, come over here. They came over. And basically, you have what's left of a party, a Democrat Party without men. How long can a political party last without men?
Well, Democrats keep on bringing soy milk lattes to a knife fight, and they're wondering why they're losing. You got President Trump there, who's actually a fighter and has taken away one of their core constituencies. And look, let's be honest, you can have as many upper middle class, Cal Berkeley educated 32-year-old cat women as part of your constituency, but after a while, it might not be a way to win a broad election.
So the Democrat Party is hurting. No leader, no message, no unity. Now, I do believe there are some of them, the loud, annoying, vocal ones, they are regrouping to perpetrate evil on the country and the president and his family. But as far as a party, they're so unpopular. I just can't imagine them winning in the future. That doesn't mean that we can sit by and do nothing. Now, the moment has finally arrived. It brings tears to my eyes, but Elon Musk has officially departed from the Doge program. After serving as a special government employee in the Trump administration, Elon Musk has announced his departure from Doge, where he was the central figure in pushing the limit on cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, also known as theft. Now, on Truth Social, Elon Musk wrote, "As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government." I hope this is true. I hope that, like yeast in bread, this thing just continues to grow and grow and grow and doesn't just die because Republicans ignore it. Now, according to Breitbart, Elon Musk's decision to leave had to do with the government contract. It also had to do with the fact that Tesla had dropped by 71%, and it needed leadership at the helm. And now he is back. Their stock is already heading back up, as well as car production. Now, on X, White House Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller praised Elon Musk by saying, "The work Doge has done to eliminate government waste and corruption, the rot embedded deep within Washington, is among the most valuable services ever rendered to the government, and the work has only just begun." This is incredible. Now, if the Republicans foolishly ignore this, their voters will ignore them. I trust the idea of Doge will live on, but if it isn't made into law, if this isn't made a new system going forward, Republicans will lose voters and Trump will have a terrible final 2 years. Listen to what was said by Scott Adams on this very topic.
I've been following on X Matt Van Swall, who's doing a great job of talking about the Doge situation. Here he summarizes it this way. Doge is literally one of the most popular government initiatives in history. 73% of Americans say they support cutting government waste. Trump brought in the smartest man on earth to do it, and then the left destroyed Elon for it, and the GOP won't vote on it. I can't believe this. And then Elon responded to the post. 3 words: did my best. Whew. Wow. There's almost nothing I can say about that. You know, you probably heard me early on in the Doge process, and I was saying, you know, I love everything Doge is trying to do, but when it gets to Congress, they're just going to spend his savings. But it's even worse than that. They're never going to even codify the savings. Not the Democrats, not the Republicans. They're not even going to vote on it. So all that work, all that sacrifice that Elon Musk did to get that right, Congress is going to shit on it. And I'm almost losing my mind that we can just watch this happen. Now, it's not everybody. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to get it codified, etc. But the fact that all that effort, it looks like, you know, some portion of it anyway is going to be thwarted by our own Congress, is such a tragedy. It's almost impossible to understand. It's like we're running as fast as we can toward a cliff, and we even have the smartest people in the world trying to prevent it, and even that doesn't help.
Okay, I've been saying this for the last 7 to 10 days. I'm hopeful that Congress will do something. If they do not, I am telling you right now, my MAGA brothers and sisters, you are going to lose a lot of MAGA people. You are going to lose the independents and the Democrats that are saying, we don't love Trump, but we love the idea of cleaning up the government. This is the thing. This is the one thing that you can all rally behind. When was the last thing that over 70% of all Americans agreed on? This is huge. So I hope it won't be wasted. I think we still need to give some time, but it would be an absolute tragedy and a travesty if the Republicans said, they love this, they voted for this, let's ignore this. That would be a tragedy. Again, it's too early to say, but I'm trying to raise the alarm, call my members of Congress to let them know, hey, Speaker Mike Johnson, you're going to blow it. John Thune in the Senate, you're going to blow it. Like, you have one opportunity to keep a promise made, a promise kept. That's what MAGA voters are looking for. All right, now yesterday I told you how the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee is under investigation for willingly helping illegal criminals evade ICE and deportation. Now, this mayor, he's gone too far. Listen to this.
It looks like Mayor O'Connell was involved in some sort of obstruction or the harboring of criminal illegal aliens in the great city of Nashville. But also just last night, his office put out the names of Homeland Security investigators and doxed our ICE enforcement officers. They claimed it was a mistake. There's zero chance it was a mistake, and there will be repercussions. Our ICE enforcement officers are already facing a 400% increase in assaults against them. And he's essentially handing over intelligence to these criminal gangs so that they can target our ICE enforcement officers. It's wrong, and it's beneath the city of Nashville, and I hope he will face consequences.
Wow. Yeah, he better face consequences. Are you kidding me? Not only did he break the law by helping these illegal criminals, these gang members, to avoid deportation and evade ICE and Department of Homeland Security, but then they leaked these agents' private addresses and phone numbers and locations so that these gang members and criminals could go attack them. And then once it came out, he was like, this was a mistake. This was an accident. We weren't trying to put these ICE agents and Department of Homeland Security agents at risk. Bull crap. Bull crap. This guy needs to be investigated and he needs to be arrested. This is despicable. This is crazy. Let me know your thoughts down below. While you type your thoughts to me, let me tell you about today's video sponsor. I've said it once, I'll say it again. There's good bacteria and bad bacteria in your gut. If your health is not where you want it to be, your happiness, your brain fog, it could be something going on in your gut. Kimchi One from Bright Core Nutrition is the fermented superfood your body needs to arm your gut with the good guys and defeat the bad actors making you sick. And I can tell you from personal experience how kimchi helped rebuild my gut health after getting COVID. Each capsule contains over 900 strains of beneficial bacteria. Kimchi One supports healthy digestion, fortifies your immune system, and helps detox your body. Kimchi has also been shown to reduce risk of obesity and promote smaller waistlines by curbing appetite and naturally boosting your metabolism. Today, you can get an exclusive offer. Go to the website down below and use code Gardner to get 25% off. Or, I know you guys are smart, give them a call at 888-908-4425. Get up to 50% off plus free shipping. That's right. Why would you get 25% off, which is still a fantastic deal, when you could just make one phone call and pick up the free shipping and get up to 50% off? I know you guys will make the right decision. Kimchi One has been an absolute game changer in my own life. Go check it out right now. Okay, at the top of the broadcast, I told you how FBI Director Kash Patel said that he has come across something that is going to leave the American people in shock. Let me show this to you right now.
More importantly, people have had questions about January 6th and whether or not there were FBI sources, not agents, sources on the ground during January 6th. And I told you I would get you the definitive answer to that. And we have. And we are in the process, again, of working with our partners to divulge that information. And it is coming. And I will tell you this. The answer to that question will surprise and shock people because of what past FBI leaders have said about it.
Former FBI Director Chris Wray eventually admitted to Congress there were 26 FBI confidential human sources in around the Capitol January 6th, but not actual agents. Can you say that's true? Are there more than that? What you're learning from that?
I can say that that is definitely a piece of the truth. Why it took a ton of time for and questioning in Congress for the director to get that point is what I'm trying to eliminate from the FBI. If Congress asks you a question under oath, whether or not there were sources in around January 6th at the Capitol, you as the director of the FBI need to know that and not deflect and give a DC answer You have to be prepared for that. And that's the answer we're giving. That's the answer Chris Wray should have given.
And eventually everybody's going to know the whole picture.
Yeah, because the American people deserve that. And look, no one's more frustrated than me. Remember, I was chief of staff of the Department of Defense on January 6th. We said that we were ready, and the president had previously authorized the National Guard to be there days in advance. I spent 2 years, a small fortune, grand juries to testify to the truth. And what happens now, years later? We were right. Bowser and Pelosi rejected that offer. And instead of figuring out how to prevent security lapses like that ever again, the American public spent tens of millions of dollars and countless hours on TV listening to conspiracy theories because those in positions of leadership failed to tell the American public the truth.
Okay, so tens of millions of dollars of taxpayer money wasted on a fabricated story. They are putting all the final details together. We are finally going to learn the truth about the FBI's role or involvement or cover-up of January 6th. I will definitely do a video as soon as that information comes out. Let me know in the comments, what do you think it's going to be? Like, he made it sound like the 26 FBI people in the crowd, like that was a small story compared to what's coming. And we are going to be in shock once he releases this report. I cannot wait. You guys know how many people I have interviewed for this show, so I will get that information to you. All right. Trump's ability to negotiate for tariffs was on, then it was off. Then it was back on. Then it was off. Now it's temporarily back on. An appellate court has said that they need to review everything about the president's authority to negotiate tariffs on behalf of the very people that put him in office to negotiate tariffs. So a U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit has temporarily reinstated President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, pausing a lower court's ruling that blocked them. The decision was issued earlier today, allows the tariffs imposed on April 2nd to remain in effect until a final answer can be reached at the appeals level. The trade court has ruled Trump exceeded his authority. The appeals court's stay, with response due sometime between June 5th and June 9th, supports President Trump's agenda, says it's good for the economy and U.S. manufacturing, and they will have an answer to us very, very soon. So I look forward to getting you that answer, because we need to know, like the stock market, the economy, hiring, people need to know, are we actually going to, have the tariffs that President Trump has been talking about? All right. Now, I love when I report on stuff to you or President Trump says something, and suddenly the truth of that sinks deep into the brain of a Democrat. Well, listen to this amazing segment by Stephen A. Smith, where he admits President Trump was right and MAGA was right about a lot of stuff. Let's watch this together.
It makes Trump look right, because that hatred for him that led people to compromise their own professional principles just to ensure that he didn't win the presidency. Well, if you were willing to do that, then all of a sudden, does it not buffer his arguments about lawfare being exercised against him? Does it not buffer his argument about fake news, fake news, fake news? Does it not buffer the credibility that comes to his arguments that it was a witch hunt? Does it not in some way buffer the notion that somebody might have cheated him in 2020? I don't believe that last part. He lost that damn election. And I get that. I'm talking about him genuinely feeling cheated, as opposed to knowing he's lying because, oh my God, the numbers say so. Why should he give a damn? The rest of us, yes. Why should he give a damn about the numbers? You see what hatred can do? You see what an absence of objectivity can do? You see how the corrupt actions of a few, whether it's him and a potpourri of his lies over the years, or Democrats and the lies that they were spewing leading up to the election. You see how we all got screwed? Because now the American people are sitting here not knowing what to believe or who to believe anymore. And then you wonder why I'm pissed.
I have really come to like Stephen A. Smith. This guy's eyes are being opened. I'm not saying he's MAGA, that he's red-pilled, that he loves Donald Trump. He doesn't. But he's now taken in enough truth that he's like, wait a minute. All this lie and manipulation and hatred, now that my eyes are open, all I can see is that Trump was right about a lot of stuff. You guys, all of the action you've done to make him look evil has now shown that he was right about a lot of stuff. Now, he doesn't believe that about the 2020 election. That's fine. Let's leave that to the side. But think how many things he has been lied to as a Democrat about Donald J. Trump that he's now figuring out, oh, wait a minute. Trump was right. MAGA was right about a lot of this. Isn't that fun to see somebody's eyes be opened? I just love it. Anyway, Trump has been right about a lot of stuff, and so have you, and so have I. Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by and allowing me to be your source of truth and news. If you could, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 2 million amazing truth seekers. I love you guys. Stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.